Boker Tov, everyone. Rabbi Eric Solomon here in Raleigh, North Carolina, Beth Mara Synagogue. A little more morning Torah. So I want to move away from the Torah portion of the week and instead talk about there's a tradition during this time of the spring between Passover and Shavuot to study the ancient Talmudic, Masechet or section called Pirkei Avot. And it is a set of teachings of our sages from generations, ancient rabbis, like their wisdom teachings, basically. And there's awesome stuff in there. And recently I was studying with a class this famous Mishnah around different kind of wisdom teachings around wealth, who is wealthy, Ezehu Ashir. And one that I really want to talk about is Ezehu Gibor. Who is a Gibor? So and it says, Hakovesh et Yitzro, one who literally conquers, in this case his, or one who conquers one's Yetzer. There's a lot here, okay? So who is a Gibor? Who's someone's a heroic or mighty or strong? Samson's called Hagibor in Hebrew and in the Tanakh. It's someone who could conquer their own inner inclination or drive, you might say, okay? So Yetzer, people in the Jewish community hear Yetzer, they think Yetzer Hara, it's the negative thing. Although there's also Yetzer Hatov, which is a positive inclination, like this desire and drive inside of you. But Yetzer in Judaism, this drive, this kind of self-focused drive, is not necessarily bad. In fact, it's a power. It's an energy. It can go to Ra, it can go to Tov, it can go in extremes, one way or the other. But it's a certain drive to do something that you want for yourself. I remember there was a family I once talked to and came to meet with me at some point long ago, talking about their son who was young in the preschool, but hated to lose, wanted to play sports, and very early was really into competing, into winning and scoring goals. And when the son lost, he cried like crazy, way more than other kids. And the parents, both of them, were just not that way. I mean, they had some competitive inclinations, but just not like this. And they're like, where does this come from? First of all, it's a lesson about parenting. You get to the child comes out where the child comes out. And I remember talking to him about this text, Ezehu Gibor. It's a person that can conquer the inclination. What they were struggling with is do we want to tell her stop competing or stop being upset when you lose? No. The Jewish message is that it's good to want to win. It's good to have drive. It's good to want to be productive. It's good to be ambitious. It's good to see yourself as having great potential. But in its proper amount, and the ability also to control it in the proper and channel it in the proper ways. With that Yetzer, the Talmud tells us, that desire, that strength, that energy, that's what leads the world to be made. New businesses are created. The desire to build a house, whatever it may be, to create, to provide, to be, to try to maximize your God-given potential. That is your Yetzer. So the goal is not to eliminate the Yetzer. It's to control it properly, the Yetzer. So let's keep that in mind. The goal of a great neshama and human being is not one who has no desires or all altruistic all the time. It's that you actually have inner desire, you have inner dreams, but you know how to channel them properly. That's a great Gibor. So, Shabbat Shalom.